starting a war with my neighbors. Let me ask you this question. Have you guys ever gotten into an argument with your neighbors? Ever told them to have the dog stop shitting on your lawn like it's Game of Thrones or something, and we're an army on the battle march, no toilet for miles, so you gotta do what you gotta do. Drop down that armor and just take a dump wherever. Or have you ever been told by your neighbors that you should maybe turn down the volume on this massive party you're throwing, but your drunk ass took that as an invitation to turn up the volume instead? Next thing you know, you're wondering why your face is being illuminated by a flashlight, and before you can realize that you're about to get thrown out of your mother's basement, it's already too late. Your ass is homeless, and when you can't hold the door anymore, then you gotta go to your neighbor and take a shit on their lawn like the animal that you are. Because you know what? Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Revenge. It's a dish best served with a turd on your neighbor's lawn. And that's how it starts. You know, it's like one retaliation after the next. Revenge upon revenge. It's a vicious cycle that just spirals downwards, and at the very bottom of it, it ends up with either you or your neighbor in the hospital. That's where your boy is headed. Right down that goddamn spiral. Because last night, my neighbors threw a massive party of mayhem, which, as you know, I have no problems with. Except for the fact that if you take the party from inside your apartment out into the hallways at 5 a.m., then I know that somebody forgot to lock the goddamn cage and all the monsters needs to be assembled back together and shepherded on back to where they once came from, where the cave they crawled out of, whatever bridge that they sleep under at night. What I want to do right now is read you guys the letter that I have composed so kindly to my neighbors. Dear neighbors who were partying last night, throwing a rager in your own apartment and getting as loud as a pair of elephants banging is all well and dandy. By letting Julia float around the hallways like she's a drunk butterfly, wings barely functioning anymore, at 3:30 in the morning, now that's another thing. I get that Brad is excited about his new position as an agent at a talent agency, but he needs to lower the volume, because I need to get my fees in, and quite frankly, we all know that after his third staff meeting, he's gonna get a staple thrown at his face, and he's gonna go home with the desire to want to quit. Now, while it's horrible that Anna had to find out that Lenny has been cheating on her, especially after he took her swimming with the pigs in Bahamas, the Holy Spirit itself knows that nobody wants to hear that shit at 4 a.m. in the morning. Now my roommate's dog is awake, and I have to tell him why Cindy is so upset that at the season finale of Bachelorette season 13, Amanda got together with the wrong guy in the end. And also, Anna, the only reason why Lenny took you to Bahamas in the first place was because that was a special deal on Groupon, girl. He don't deserve you. Clearly, nobody heard my battle cry around 4:45 after Patrick and Valerie got into an argument over the gender wage gap. And my second battle cry surely didn't make any difference because I heard Patrick jump into a cab while Valerie should have thrown up into a bush. I guess that they both agreed to disagree on the wage gap and decided to fill it up instead with some unconscious sex. The point is that after last night, I know you and your friends better than I know my own parents. Also, the hallway is like the last place that you would want to party. I mean, you do know that raccoons are like taking shits out there and eating our trash or whatever. So at the end, I told them on a final note, please keep it the fuck down and bring your elephant gangbang of a noise-making crowd indoors. Sincerely, the Prince of Vibes. Now, I'm assuming there's going to be a retaliation, so I'll keep you guys posted on how this war continues. More importantly, make sure that you buy my book. Link's going to be in the description down below. Make sure that you go copy yourself a little edition of this bad boy. Actually, why don't I read you one of the reasons why you should read the book? Right here, number 2. This book is like drinking yourself into oblivion without getting a hangover the next morning. And I mean, if you don't like it, you can always use it as a frisbee to throw it into your haters' eyes. Anyways, yo, your boy's out. I gotta go to war. Talk to you later.